Hello, welcome to the Red Pill Dispensary here with the Red Pill. This is just a quick announcement. It's not a whole show. So yesterday's show, which was a very good show, a lot of great information in there, and not only that, it was a particular show that had great. I mean, the live chat was amazing. Had I known better, I would have just. I mean, I had an idea the live chat was going to be alive just because of the new information I was bringing forward, as well as some people that have been in chat or watching the show in the past who had brought, I mean, monumental information to the show where we were able to announce certain things that nobody else did at the time. So um, there's a lot that came out of that show, as well as a lot of new information since that show yesterday that I am going to be going over tonight. Like I said, I'm thinking like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I put a comment under the last show. It's the featured show if you go to my channel. It's from yesterday. You should be able to find it. But like I always say, my audience is a very, very intelligent audience, and there was so much good information. Unfortunately, I had somebody picking us up, in particular my daughter, but Amanda had to get a ride too. And right now Amanda's here, but she's leaving in about an hour. She comes and visits and then goes. So tonight, once usually I put her down around 8:30, but I'm just trying to be safe. So I'm saying like 9:30 or 10, I'll be doing a show. We're gonna be talking about all the newest information, but also there are theories that came out of that show, and comments in the live chat where I have looked into literally almost every comment made that was really saying something, and I looked into them. There was, I mean, everybody. I don't want to leave it out, but I'm just off the top of my head. Like Tony pointed something out during the show that made me say, "Oh, that's right," and I realized I was mixing something up. Then you have people like Sherbear who had like an amazing theory that I haven't been able to look into it too much, but I'm trying to. It was amazing theory. Of course, Murphy's Law, who called in. I wish she had more time. And tonight, if you're listening or you hear this or you're there tonight, please do. As well as Cher Bear, as well as Tony, everybody, Sunshine State. There was a lot of, even if people weren't like saying information that hasn't been heard before, or at least that I haven't heard, which if I haven't heard it, there's a good chance it's not like a main, like as far as the truthers, because a lot of the main truthers, I keep an eye on some of the information and make sure that I'm up to speed. And there was some information there that I don't think it's been on the internet. And Nicholas, the last time you were with us, you dropped a bombshell. Last night, you amazed me. I hope you can be there. You might not be able to, but if not, then another time. Anyone who hasn't watched that show, it's worth watching, and you get a lot of good information from me. But really, I mean, that's got to be one of the most informative live chats I've seen in a long time. And that's because this all of a sudden really matters to us. And one thing I should point out, after watching, I just watch it to watch the live chat, but I can hear myself, obviously. And I don't want to spread fear. I really don't. But at the same time, if something is of importance like that, I have to. I'd be amiss if I didn't bring it to your attention as an audience. But a good point was made several times, and I didn't see it but once. And I just want to reiterate: I'm focusing on the spread of a virus. But when you actually look at the mortality rate, you know, what's the chances of you dying? We're talking like 3%. I mean, even in third world countries, it's around that number. We have you have like a 97% chance of making it through. Now, don't I know that I saw some people saying that they had heard otherwise, but I don't know. I feel like the information is pretty good that that they do get reinfected. Either that or it never truly goes away. I mean, I don't want to say that because I never heard that. How it was explained to me from several different sources, not mainstream sources, was that people were they were finding people to be reinfected, which is a huge problem. And by the way, how you doing, guys? Share Bear, Tony, Pink Poppet, Kirk. How you doing, brother? Um, so yeah, I do want to make that distinction that first of all, the mortality rate, you only have like a 3% chance of actually dying. But although some people believe it not to be true, I do believe it to be true, just based on the the character of the people who have spoke to me about this. Um, you can be reinfected. Now, maybe they'll find out later. Hey, and Mafugo, I don't know if you saw, but I gave you a shout out last night because credit. I give credit where it's due, and your shows lately have been amazing. Great coverage, amazing coverage, guys. His last two shows. I mean, I didn't see last night's, but the two shows prior to that I saw were amazing, very informative. But you can get reinfected with this as well. Some people contend that. So, anyways, we're gonna be going over this and much more. I don't really want to give it away. Um, if you go and you look at the chat from the last show, it'll give it away. I mean, um, thank you, Maf. If that's Maf, I don't know if it's like someone that works for him. I mean, but yeah, it was a great show, great few shows there. Um, Roger that. We got to inform the people. We got to inform them. The best way we can, and the most accurate. Um, so thank you for stopping in. That means a lot. So yeah, and that's another thing. I try not to fearmonger or like anything like that, right? But when something's legit and all everything leads in one direction, and it's telling me, listen, this is gonna get bad, and I knew it, but it wasn't until yesterday. Well, yesterday I woke up in the morning already knowing that in the middle of the night they announced three more people were infected, but not infected from China. No, they were infected by unknown origins. Now, one thing I should point out is, hey, the media could be playing games with words like that, unknown origins, because there's a difference between coronavirus and COVID-19. Coronavirus is like a bunch of viruses and mixed into one. It's been around. It's not new. Whereas COVID-19, the CV, that is the Wuhan strand, which, by the way, I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. They had the military Olympics in Wuhan from, I believe, I forget the exact days, but mid-October for about like a week or two. They had the military Olympics in Wuhan in China. And every single country in the world was there except for two countries. And then all of a sudden, I mean, according to me, it seems like it really started around December 1st, but it could have been a little bit earlier than that. It's got to go through first generation, second generation. We know how long the incubation or the latency period is. But you know, think about that. That's a huge piece of information that was dropped on me last minute as I'm about to I had to go. I had someone waiting outside, but it was like, whoa. So we're only scratching the surface here. And I haven't stopped looking into this stuff, and it's blowing my mind. And I just encourage people to check out, if anything, the live chat. Check out the show from yesterday. It's loaded with information. Loaded. I mean, I would have to, I'm just gonna try to stick to the, COVID-19, but I could go, I could go into a million different subjects, based on the comments from last night's show. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, because there's certain people I hope are there. I will be taking calls, but first, I gotta get my point across. I just really have some things I want to share with you guys that I've been informed of, and then some stuff that I found through my own research. So, in between now and then, so we're talking about 4 hours, 5:30 to 9:30 Eastern time, because my show will probably be 9:30 or 10. Um, she should be down to sleep by then. Anybody with any information that they feel is worthy of being shared, and there's already been some great information sent based on last night's show. I'm gonna put my email right here, although it's in the description of every other show I've done ever, except for this one. I'm not even gonna put a description on this one. This is just a quick hello and just announcement how great the show was last night, and basically, more importantly, tonight. That we'll be going over this stuff. All right, so there it is right there, the Red Pill News at proton.mail. So I hope to see all of you there. It's going to be a great show, and we have to stay on top of this. We have to stay on top of this. But in an effort not to spread fear, the mortality rate is only down around 3%. So that's good news. That's good news. The problem is we don't know the long-term effects. We're hearing about people getting reinfected. That's what worries me. We know there's the HIV strand in there that, they're giving people HIV medications because of the viral loads. And it's just, it's getting real, especially on the West Coast. So we all need to band together and get this information out. And I know there's certain people who say this is all fake. Wrong. But I will say this. The media will use it to make Trump look bad. Be prepared. That's what's going to happen. Maybe that's the point of the whole thing. I don't know. But the mainstream media will use this along with the shills. They will use this to make Trump look bad. That doesn't mean it's not real. With that, it's the Red Pill Dispensary. I'll see you tonight, 9:30 to 10 p.m.